welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jess and I'm on a journey to lose weight. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a day registered dietitian's edition. I think I've already mentioned in one of my previous videos that my best friend Tay is a registered dietitian. That saying that opposites attract is definitely true for our friendship, I think, because she is definitely, unlike me, very health conscious, very fit. And so I thought that I would take inspiration from her for my meals this week. When I come up with my own meals, it can get a little boring. So I thought it would be fun to have her give me a meal plan for the week. So we're about to make breakfast. I'm super hungry. I woke up a little bit later today. So what's scheduled for breakfast is like a pumpkin pie spice oatmeal thing, which sounds super delicious. And I've never actually had like pumpkin oatmeal. And I think it's gonna be super great for fall. It feels like a very cozy recipe. So let's get started. So the back of the old-fashioned oats container says to do a half a cup of oats to 1 cup of liquid. And in Tay's notes, she said to use milk and water. So I'm gonna do half a cup of vanilla almond milk and half a cup of water. She also said to do a pinch of salt, which I don't normally make like oatmeal on the stove. I usually do the microwavable packets. So if she says to put salt, that's what I'm gonna do, just a pinch. And we're gonna let that boil. All right, she is a brewing. I'm gonna add my oats in. And I'm gonna turn this down. Okay, so the oats are done. I'm gonna transfer it into my bowl and then put all the goodies inside. So for the toppings, I'm gonna be putting pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin seeds, and she also said some chia seeds. So here we go. It looks so pretty. I hate to ruin it so that I can eat it, but your girl's gotta eat. So it definitely smells very pumpkin-y, very in season. Okay, first bite. She did tell me to add some maple syrup if I needed some extra sweetness. I think I do. So I'm gonna grab some honey because I don't think we have maple syrup. Hold on. Some honey for my honey. Okay, so I just did a little drizzle. I'm gonna mix that in. Okay, we're redoing the first bite. Much better. Honey to the rescue. I like how the oatmeal is kind of chewy, but every now and then you get a crunch from pumpkin seeds. I'm giving the pumpkin oatmeal a thumbs up. I'm back and it's time for lunch. I'm very excited for this recipe because it's a veggie miso tofu noodle soup. I usually just buy like the packaged miso soup that you just like mix with the water and like I don't ever add anything additional to it. So I'll be making miso soup from scratch and it'll be packed with a bunch of good stuff. The only thing is her recipe calls for mushrooms and I am not a fan of mushrooms. It's something about the texture. I don't know. I'm not a fan. She did say that I could just saute them and then take them out and not actually eat them, but her recipe calls for it, so I did buy mushrooms. I'm going to put them in the soup, and I plan to eat them, hopefully. So here we go. So her instructions did tell me to simmer the onions and the mushrooms in water until the water got hot, but I think I'm going to just saute them a little bit first because I like for them to be really soft. and then I will add the water. So I cut the mushrooms up really small in hopes that it'll be easier for me to eat, and I'm only adding a little bit of this. Her instructions didn't say how much water to put in, so I'm gonna use 2 cups. So I'm gonna add the rest of the veggies and the tofu. I have zucchini and broccoli, and then 5 ounces of tofu. I don't know exactly how much miso paste to put into the soup, but a serving is a tablespoon, so I'm just gonna start with that. Okay, so the soup's almost done. I'm just going to add an egg. I'll just scramble that in there. And then these are the noodles that I have. They're just like pad thai rice noodles, so this will go in there, and then we'll put some scallions on top, and that'll be it. First bite. There's even a little mushroom on this bite. Okay, that is really good. The only thing that's missing is some spice, so I'll probably end up putting some Tabasco in it, but other than that, this is the bomb. 2 thumbs up for the veggie miso soup. Time for my favorite meal of the day, dinner. And Tay's meal plan was for Harvest Power Bowls, which is essentially a bed of kale with a bunch of roasted veggies on top. She instructed me to pick 2 starchy and 2 non-starchy vegetables. So I'll be using garbanzo beans / chickpeas, whatever you want to call them, eggplant, cauliflower, and sweet potato. And then in addition to the veggies, an apple and some craisins on top. And then she pretty much said whatever dressing I wanted to use. So I got this green goddess dressing that I will be putting on top. I already preheated the oven to 400 degrees, so I'm waiting for that to get ready. And while that's warming up, Josh is gonna help me dice up and chop up the veggies, and then we'll put it together. Okay, Josh is peeling and cutting the sweet potato for me. My sweet potato. Okay, so we have all of our veggies here ready to go. Seasoning, I'm going to do some salt, pepper, and then we have this garlic and herb seasoning that I'm going to put on top. Alrighty then. Next up we have our kale. I already washed it and like pulled it off of the stems and kind of like ripped it up with my hands into smaller pieces, and then I just put it in this bowl. And her instructions say to massage it with some olive oil and salt and pepper. And if I remember correctly, massaging it with olive oil helps your body digest it. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard somewhere. So that's what we're gonna do. Veggies are done, so we're gonna assemble. It looks really pretty with all of the colors, so I'm hoping that it tastes just as good as it looks. Mmm. Mmm. That's good. It's like savory and sweet at the same time from the fruit and the veggies. Okay, so that wraps up What I Eat in a Day Registered Dietitian Edition. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. So all in all, I thought all 3 recipes that Tay gave me were on point. If I had to rate them, I would say the Harvest Bowl and the miso veggie soup are really just, they're tied. They're tied. They were both freaking delicious, and I was honestly surprised how much I actually liked both of those recipes. I'm not like a huge meat eater, but I do like to have meat in my meals, and both of those were plant-based. There was no meat in them, and they were so good. I would 100% make both of those again. I think that they'll probably be staple recipes moving forward. And on the plus side, Josh also really liked the Harvest Bowls, which was a big surprise because him and Kale don't really get along, and he even mentioned that it was actually pretty good. The pumpkin oatmeal was also good, but I just have to say that the miso soup and the Harvest Bowl was definitely better. I would probably eat it again, but I don't think that it'll be like a go-to meal for me. So if you watch this video, I highly recommend that you try all 3 recipes. I don't think you'll regret it. And I also definitely recommend that you follow Tay, my BFF, on Instagram. Currently, her name is still Adventure Bites, although I know that she's going through a name change, and I believe she's changing it to Eat Nutrition with Tay. I'm not 100% sure if that is the name, but I will link her Instagram in the description box below if you're interested. She shares a lot of fun facts about food and nutrition. She shares tasty tidbits and lots of healthy recipes. So thank you again so much, Tay, for watching this video for the recipe inspirations. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to follow me on my weight loss journey, and we'll see you in the next video.